Hi, how you doing? And welcome back to the video on the channel. Well, we made it. It's game week 38, and we're going to have our preview of the game week in this video. Quick review of game week 37, how it went for me, and then just a couple of thoughts going into the weekend. So if you are new to the channel, please do like and subscribe. All the support is greatly appreciated, and thank you for everyone that's subscribed and supported the channel this season. It is really fantastic considering where we were at the start of the season. So thank you very much for that, and hopefully we can grow even more next season as well. As we get the team on the board here, it's been a pretty good game week for me. I did get a little bit lucky with the goalkeeper situation because I did have Edison in goal, um, but he didn't play in either. So the fact he didn't play in either meant that Everson came in with 9 points, which, to be honest, was maybe more than Edison might have got if he had played anyway. Shaw and Lindelof did okay, considering they had doubles. Trent didn't really perform. Obviously, Dan Burn has outscored him by quite a lot, but on paper at the start of the game week, there was no way I was playing Dan Burn over Trent. It's just how it goes sometimes. Captain Haaland wasn't, it's kind of like you look at it and you say, well, there's quite a lot more players on that team that got more than 6 points. But really, Haaland had a good game week or at least a good game week for scoring opportunities. So I don't really regret it. I think on another game week he could have scored more, but that's just how it is. Just outside the top million overall, we've got one final push in this game week to try and crack the top million, which has been the sort of the journey goal since we were about 5 millionth, just at the end of the World Cup. So hopefully we can do it, and I'm going to show you the team that I think can do the job. Just before we get into that, well, let's have a look at the fixtures for this game week. Obviously, everyone's kicking off at the same time, and there is a chance of getting team news early on Sunday. Teams that don't have anything to play for might put their teams out a bit ahead of schedule, or you might have some managers being a bit more open in about their team in press conferences pre-match. So it's best to leave some transfers late, especially if you've got someone in your team that's maybe not playing. I think you're more at risk of getting someone sort of subbed out of the squad, and you'll be hearing that they're not travelling with the team. Your Man Cities, your Liverpools seem like good examples for that. But in terms of captaincy, I do think that Salah at Southampton is above everyone else. You might say Man City away at Brentford, and Haaland probably will play because they want to keep him ticking over. But Haaland has only scored one in his last four, although coincidentally he has also got 36 Premier League goals for the season, so he is only two away from being 38 goals in 38 games, which is pretty incredible. So I wouldn't put it past Haaland getting a hat trick, but if you're thinking of someone that probably is more likely to play and score, I think you'd possibly go with Salah. Either way, they're going to be your two options. So onto the team for this game week. I'm going to start with Edison in goal. I've gone with Trent, and I'm still sticking with the double Man United defence. I think three at the back is definitely something you want to be doing in this game week because it is usually an absolute goal festival in the final game week of the season. Don't be surprised for teams scoring 4 or even 5 goals. And I think if that's the case, you kind of want to minimise your defence. Man United have got Fulham at home. I think that's quite a good fixture. They could possibly keep a clean sheet. Shaw has been flagged as well, so he might not start, and that is possibly someone that I could be transferring out, or I could just swap someone else out and play the defender off the bench. Into midfield we go, and I have stuck the captain's armband on Salah. Like I say, Southampton away is a fantastic fixture, and it's something that Liverpool could score early in. I think if that happens, Southampton might just fall apart. Liverpool are the sort of team that are capable of scoring 6 or 7 goals in a game, and I'm not saying it's definitely going to happen. But if Salah's playing and they do start scoring, you'd like to think he'd be involved. I am happy with the rest of the midfield. Mitoma with Villa away is a bit of a weak link in the team in terms of he's a rotation risk. He's not necessarily been contributing as consistently as he did earlier in the season, but at the moment he's not necessarily an immediate threat to destroy my rank. He could still play, and if he does play, he could still get assists. Villa away is not the most impossible fixture in the world. And then we've gone with triple Man United in terms of Rashford. Now, he is someone that I am monitoring his fitness and health, but he did play about 61 minutes in the recent game. So that is something that is a plus. And I think if he is fit, Man United are going to want to get minutes in his legs before the FA Cup final. So if he's fit, he'll play. And in that sense, it's not a risk. So I think I'm going to just keep an ear out on the day for Man United team news. And Saka at home to Wolves. Saka is a mainstay in that team, especially now Martinelli's out injured. And he's not been contributing much recently, but he is a class player and he's been in the team all season as Saka. He's been in my fantasy league team through wildcards and free hits and things like that. And it's one of those things now where I've got like I'm gonna play him. I'm gonna play him. He's been benched occasionally, but I'm not going to transfer him out on the last game of the season. Someone that's been quality for me all season, and I backed him. We'll say I backed him when he was dropped down to about 7.8, 7.7 million, and then he went as high as about 8.4 million, I think. So I've had him through the ups and downs all season, and he's definitely going to be starting in my final game week. Up front, we've got double Man City. If Haaland doesn't play, Alvarez will. I think both of them could play together. And I think if Haaland plays, I still think Alvarez is probably going to play. If Haaland doesn't play, then Alvarez is definitely going to play. So I'm kind of hedging my Man City bets there. And I think Brentford have kind of running out of steam a little bit. They're just trying to get over the line. And they are the sort of team that will probably be on the beach and not really focusing on the Premier League. Wilson rounds out the attack. He is someone that's capable of getting a couple of goals. Chelsea are just conceding left, right, and centre. They just want the season to be over. It is away, but Newcastle probably are going to ride that high, and I think they're going to have that feel-good factor. So I would expect Newcastle to score some goals. On the bench, we've gone with Everson. If Edison is rotated out still, I think that Everson with West Ham at home is a good fixture. West Ham have got the European final coming up in a week or so. So I think, and Leicester do need to win, which, maybe means Everson's going to concede, but at least he's going to get lots of saving opportunities whilst West Ham hit them on the break. Be really interesting to see how that game goes. I've gone with double defence on the bench. Willock is also out injured, so it's someone that I'm not really bothered about, to be honest, and he's quite a low price, so it's not really that I'm going to be, you know, thinking about transferring him out and subbing someone else. I'm more likely to transfer out someone from the starting 11. My main sort of theory in if Shaw's out, could I just sub in Dan Burn with Chelsea away? Chelsea not known for scoring loads this season. Could I take that risk? Yeah, possibly. And then maybe I'd transfer out Matoma for Eze. I think a lot of people are talking about Eze and the fixture they've got at home, and I think that is a good shout. So the transfer that I could possibly use is Matoma to Eze. I think I do have about 1.7 million in the bank still. So that is something that I could look at, using around the pitch. But really, I'm thinking I'm happy with everyone, unless Rashford is definitely going to be out. It's probably going to be Matoma to Eze, unless there's something that I need to really look at, or maybe transferring out Luke Shaw for someone that's definitely I think is going to keep a clean sheet. That's hard to know in the final game week of the season. But my main advice would be go three at the back, probably captain Salah or Haaland. Thanks again for all the support on the channel this season. We are going to probably do like a bit of a review of the season a bit in a final video of the season. So hopefully we'll get one more out early next week. But thank you so much for the support. If you are new to the channel, please do like and subscribe. Can we get to 60 subscribers before the end of the season? No problem. If not, just a little target that I've got in my head. So good luck in the final game week, and I will see you in the next one.